Okay, quick test. Don't skip this. Pick any subject you've been studying this week. Got one? Good. Now try to recall 3 key points from it right now. No notes, no peeking, just you. How many did you actually get? If you blanked, you're not alone. A study from Psychological Review found that passive rereading has a retention rate of less than 20% after just 24 hours. Less than 20% after all those highlighted pages. That's not a you problem. That's a method problem. There's a fix. It's called deliberate practice, used by elite athletes, top medical students, and world-class performers. Almost nobody in a regular classroom is using it. And once you see how it works, you'll never study the same way again. Here's what most of us do when we study. We open the book, we read, we feel like we're absorbing something, then the exam hits and it's gone. Why? Because recognition is not the same as recall. Your brain sees familiar words and says, yeah, I've seen this, and you mistake that comfort for understanding. This is called the Fluency Illusion, and it's why millions of students study for hours and still underperform. The fix isn't studying more, it's studying differently. What is deliberate practice? Psychologist Anders Ericsson, the researcher behind the famous 10,000 hours concept, spent decades studying how people reach mastery. His conclusion? It's not the hours that matter, it's the quality of practice. He wrote, deliberate practice involves attention, rehearsal, and repetition and leads to new knowledge or skills. You don't improve by going through the motions, you improve by targeting your weakest points directly and repeatedly until they become strengths. Simple idea, completely different results. Here's how it works in practice. The method. Step 1. Test yourself first. Before you reread anything, close the book and write down everything you remember, even if it's just 3 bullet points. This is called retrieval practice, and it immediately shows you what you actually know versus what you only think you know. That gap? That's your target. Step 2. Focus only on what you got wrong. Don't review everything equally. Hunt down the gaps and drill those specifically. Got a concept wrong? Don't just reread it. Explain it out loud, draw it, use it in an example. A study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that students who focused specifically on material they struggled with retained 50% more after 1 week. 50% more just by being strategic. Step 3. Add friction on purpose. Space out your sessions, switch between topics, recall without looking at your notes first. These are called desirable difficulties. They feel uncomfortable because they're actually working. Step 4. Track and adjust every session. Spend the last 2 minutes writing, what did I struggle with today? What do I hit harder next time? This turns every session into data, and data beats guesswork every time. Here's what makes this so powerful on a brain level. When you practice deliberately, targeting gaps, retrieving under pressure, spacing out sessions, your brain builds stronger neural pathways around that information. Research published in Nature Neuroscience confirmed that effortful retrieval, the kind that feels frustrating in the moment, actually triggers deeper memory consolidation than easy, comfortable review. In other words, if it feels hard, it's working. The discomfort isn't a sign you're failing, it's a sign you're actually learning. So, let's break the cycle, for real this time. Step 1. Test yourself before you reread anything. Step 2. Focus your energy only on what you got wrong. Step 3. Add friction. Space it out. Make it harder on purpose. Step 4. Track your gaps every single session. That's deliberate practice. Not glamorous, not a life hack, just the most honest, research-backed way to actually make studying stick. The read, forget, repeat cycle ends the moment you stop practicing passively and start practicing with intention. You've been putting in the hours. It's time the hours started putting in the work for you. Try this in your next session. 1 concept, 4 steps. See what's different. And if this hit different for you, subscribe, because next week we're going even deeper.